We're almost there. Bam. Hey, welcome tonight, Advocates for Justice, Paralegal Service. We have the tools, you do the work. Let me give myself a thumbs up right now because I'm very, very sure I'm going to like what I got to say tonight. So let's get started. Let me get some windows closed up here. I got too many windows open. Okay. Let's get started. Today, I'm going to give you guys an update on the foreclosure defense lawsuit packages, the judicial and the non-judicial package. So we're going to update the update. And I know sometimes people get a little frustrated with these updates, but you need to understand the updates are being done based off of real-time feedback from members on the team from all over the United States. So the feedback allows me to make changes, adjust stuff, change shit, move stuff out, whatever we need to do to make shit work. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're also going to talk about the rules. Yeah, we're going to talk about the rules, and we're going to talk about the court rules is what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about the court rules, and we're going to figure out what set of rules you're following. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, the court rules. And we're also going to talk about the set of rules that they're following. That won't take long. Okay. So before we get into all that, you guys, you know the deal. Please subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, and leave a comment if you respect what we're doing here. And last but not least, please share my videos on your YouTube, on your social media, so others will see that that they have option, that they have a chance. You never know. You might have a neighbor or a family member that happens to see my stuff on your page, and it might save them. A lot of times people don't want to talk about this stuff, so they're not going to share it with you. But if they see it on the page, and all you got to do is say, "Hey, this guy's doing great work." For anybody that's in a jam, and that's all that's needed. If people click on it and start watching it, and they can see that what I say and what I'm doing here makes sense, and I teach you how to get it done yourself. It's very, very affordable. So it's time to get to work. So we're going to talk about updates on the lawsuit packages first. So team members using the lawsuit packages, I'm talking about the judicial and the non-judicial wrongful foreclosure lawsuit package, or any of the packages really. You must stay focused on the instructional video and following the instructions in the instruction videos posted on my YouTube channel. Okay, you have to stay focused on following the instructions in the video to put yourself in position. You cannot do everything that's in all of the 170 videos right out of the gate. Okay, that's tripping up a lot of people. People are getting themselves all worked up because this video said that. This video I said this. This video over here I said this. Okay, chill. What you need to do if you're a beginner in this is follow the instructional video, get yourself in place. You need to get your documents on the court record that you need to challenge the court's jurisdiction. And that same record is what you're going to use to sue the judge with in the end, because the judge is going to have to help them. And when the judge helps them, you're going to be suing the judge. And then we got a new little thing that we're doing too, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So if you have a state case against your property and you are the defendant, in my program, the first document that you're going to file is the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit to get control of the state or the eviction court process. So if you're in judicial state, then you would use the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit to get control of the state foreclosure case and give you time to either file your lawsuit in federal court or file the new $75 lawsuit that we used to stop my sister's judicial foreclosure. File that in your case after you file. Now, after you do that, you also want to follow up and do a few more things. You want to recuse the judge, and that forces another judge to step up to the plate. So you want to use that jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. Now, if you call me or you message me or something and you're talking about the jurisdiction challenge, there's two. There's a jurisdiction challenge in the package, and then there's a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit that was added to the package later. So if you're talking about the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, I'm going to make you say the whole thing. Okay, you might as well say the whole thing, the whole word, or call it the title of each word in the title, the first letter of each word in the title, or something. Okay, you can't just say the jurisdiction challenge because that you could be talking about the other one. And if we're talking about this and getting the strategy right, and you mention one, and I think you're talking about the other one, you can see how that would be a freaking problem. Okay. So you're going to have to say the whole thing, jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, not just cut it in half because it's long. And that's part of the problem that people struggle in my program have. They get into the program thinking that it's going to be fast and we can hurry up and do. No, the program is not about speed or about helping you hurry up and stopping the sale and none of that stuff. My program is about teaching you how to defend your freaking property. Okay. And that's going to take a minute. We can teach you how to defend your property. We're not in a hurry to help you learn something real quick so you can go do stuff. This is a process that you have to learn. If you do the quick route, in the end, well, before you get to the end, you're going to get jammed up because they're going to throw shit in your face and you're not going to have done your homework to know how to respond to the shit when they throw it in your face. That's why it's important to do this yourself. And I know some people think I'm being an asshole when I tell you you need to do your homework or I send you to where you need to go do it. And there's a reason for that. Believe me, I've been doing this a minute and I've tried a lot of different ways to try and figure out a way to make this work. And the only way that it's working is to teach you guys how to do it and let you go speak for yourself because that's the way you got to do it. Well, you already know attorney ain't going to speak for you. And I'm not going to speak for you either because that's not my job. My job is to help you learn how to speak for yourself. Now, I've made a few changes in our non-conventional foreclosure defense process. I think what we must do is, I think and this is a change that you should consider if you're new. So I know. I said not to, now, not now. Come on now. You guys need to keep up, okay? Yeah. This is a change that you could make if you're new to this process, okay? So what we're doing now is we're filing the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, and then we're following it up with the $75 lawsuit against a judge for violating federal law. That $75 lawsuit is still on sale for $75. That's the lawsuit package that actually just a lawsuit and a couple of documents, not really the package yet, that I put together to stop the fools from stealing my sister's property. And who knows, that might be the package when it's over with, when we get a few more confirmations that just that package is going to get it stopped. Because the difference is, in my sister's case, I filed a bunch of shit for like a year and 4 or 5 months until, they started pissing me off. And then then I put together this bomb to stick up in their face and it ended it. So what I'm thinking that we need to do is just go after the judge at the gate, because the judge is already in violation of the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. The judge is in violation of the Foreign Agent Act of 1938 and the Fair Debt Collection Act practice. Now, those are things the Fair Debt Collection Act practice, everybody's heard about that. Most people don't know what the hell the Foreign Agent Registration Act is. It's powerful as hell. You need to figure it out. Go spend some time researching. And the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 is powerful as hell. And they do not want to mess with it. Now, the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946 is actually, it's enacted into law, into federal law in 1946. And the reason for that law was Congress had concerns that these corporations were going to start screwing people over. And so they passed this law to make sure that the corporation's policies and procedures were in harmony with the Constitution. Bam. Yeah, this was a good find the day I found this. And I have used it to stop a whole bunch of shit. Well, I haven't used it. Other people have used it. Actually, I've used it a few times. Anybody knows about the history of what my family went through? Yeah, I've used it a few times to control some corporations that were getting, their head was too big. So, yeah. So the Foreign Agent Act, the Foreign Agent Registration Act of 1938 was put in place to block foreign agents from coming over here and doing what they're doing right now. But no one knows about this. There's actually a national attorney general. I know. I was like, what? There's a what? National Attorney General is the person that you complain to about these foreign agents being in violation of Foreign Agent Registration Act. The Foreign Agent Registration Act mandates that these foreign agents have to register. They have to fill out all this paperwork, tell everybody who they're working for and how much everything. They have to do all of that, and they have to make this stuff available for the public to go in and inspect to make sure that it's done. And most of the time, when you throw this in their face, it's a problem for them. I had a lady tell me one day, "Oh, well, they don't do nothing about that because I told the judge that, and the judge didn't do nothing." I'm like, "Hello, newsflash! The judge is in violation of the shit too, so he ain't gonna do nothing, or she ain't gonna do nothing. Why, you kidding me right now?" So what you need to do is sue their ass. See, people don't understand. They have all of these laws: the Fair Debt Collection Act, practice, RESPA. They have all of these, but they don't have any agencies to police this shit. So what are you going to do when they violate the Fair Debt Collection Act practice? Or what are you going to do when they violate the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946? Or what are you going to do if they violate the Foreign Agent Act of 1938? Appeal? No, we don't do that shit no more. That's a waste of your freaking time. So why, when the judge violates you, why should you appeal and ask his buddies in the higher court to help you? When usually all they do is beat you down and send your ass back to the lower court where you was in the first place for some more. Yeah. Yeah, we don't roll like that. The hell with appeal. That's a waste of your damn time. If the judge violates you, you need to file a lawsuit. Sue the judge. I had a lady tell me yesterday that the judge was immune. Newsflash, the judge is immune if the judge follows the law. And as you just saw in the beginning of the presentation, that's just a handful of the things that the judge violated. Okay, that's just a handful. We could go on. We could add RICO. We could add money laundering, wire fraud, conspiracy. Yeah, we can add all of those things. We can add a whole list, but we don't need to do that because what we got on the table is fire, and they're not going to be able to deal with it. So what we want to do in this lawsuit, I used to make the judge terminate my sister's judicial foreclosure case. I'm going to show you guys a screen share here. Maybe. Okay, give me a second here. We'll get it up here. Okay, there's the screen share. So there we go. So this is just a screenshot of the docket sheet showing that when we filed that lawsuit, the new judge. Well, we also filed a motion to recuse the judge, objection, motion to recuse the judge, notice of claim. We filed all of that, and then we filed a lawsuit. And we just filed it as a counterclaim, as you can see here in the case. So we wouldn't have to pay additional fees or whatever. And what we were planning on doing was, if they cheated and found another judge to step up and grant them anything, then we were going to sue that judge and then move the case over to federal court, because all of the judges would have a conflict of interest on the state court level, but we didn't have to do that. I actually put together a change of venue motion to remove it out of state court over to federal court in the interest of justice, for the same reasons that we have listed on the lawsuit. Yeah, and there's no way they can stop that. So I was waiting to see how they were going to get it out of stopping that. And while I was going over the docket sheet to put that together, because we were going to use the docket sheet to show all the court filings instead of filing copies of all of the documents, which is really hard to get right now with COVID-19 and shit. And that just allows them to get away with a whole bunch of more shit. But that's a different live stream. So we're going to stay focused on this one. So they were not able to move forward, and they did not let us know that the case had been terminated for several weeks. And the attorney was really pissed because we kept filing in the case. The only thing we could get for confirmation that the case had been terminated was this email. And I'm figuring they probably don't have any forms to fill out to send to people when they get their ass kicked. Okay, sorry. I got carried away. So we're going to turn the screen share off and get back to work here. So you can see that what we're finding now, the new strategy is we're not waiting for the judge to violate you. Now we're going to attack the judge at the gate. I found loopholes, and we're learning how to use them in our favor. In my new non-conventional program, you will be going after the attorney and the judge. You're going to sue the attorney and the judge for the federal law violations, for a few of the federal law violations that they are guilty of during the illegal foreclosure process. So you can sue the judge for taking jurisdiction without legal authority. That's what we're going to do. And the documents that you file in court are going to back that up. Now, the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, they can't respond by counter affidavit because they're lying. So I'm telling you right at the gate, they're not going to respond to that, and judge is going to have to give them a pass and help them with that. And that's when, well, you're already going to have. So here's the deal. When you file a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit and you stick that in their face, it's a problem. But they're going to get around it by having the judge help them. So now you follow up with your lawsuit against the judge for a violation of all this other shit that don't even really have anything to do with the banking part of the case. And it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to prove, because you got the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit that they ignored and dismissed without allowing the attorneys to respond to it. So, as you can see, we made a nice little bed for somebody to step in. A little pile of shit. So the judge has no immunity when they violate the law. So everybody that thinks judge has immunity, they don't have any immunity when they violate the law. And they're in violation of the law at the gate because they don't have an injured party. They don't have a contract signed by the bank showing that you owed them money. Actually, the contract to be signed by both people, all parties, you and the bank, showing that you owe them. They don't have nothing. All they got is an attorney up there talking shit. That's it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's all they got. So in most cases, the judge is in violation of 3 federal laws, just for starters, and the laws that you bring to the table are powerful. And to give you an idea of the power, okay, any of those federal laws that we mentioned, except the Fair Debt Collection Act practice, that's kind of low on the list. We just do that in the jam up to attorney's ass. But the other 2, the judge is in violation of. It's a serious problem. And it's a serious problem because if the judge is not legal, if the judge doesn't have the registration paperwork filled out as a bar member, filled out with the National Attorney General, the FAR Registration Act documentation filled out, then the judge is illegal. And every decision that the judge is involved in, it should be called on the carpet. Yep. And if they keep playing stupid, I actually attacked the county court over 2 $10 seatbelt tickets, and I dragged them through the ringer. And then I moved it over to federal court because when I sued the state court judge, none of the other judges could help. Then that way I was able to move it over to federal court without paying the $400 filing fee. See, all the stuff I'm telling you guys to do, how you think I learned how to do this shit? Yeah. And it still didn't take me serious. So the 2 $10 seatbelt tickets now turned into them having to hire a prosecutor or having to hire an attorney to help them. And yeah, it was a problem. And they still screwed around. So I ended up putting together a motion to block the judge from making determinations in traffic court until they figured out how to do it within the Constitution. The whole process that they're doing in traffic court is illegal. When the police officer signs that ticket, when the cop signs that summons, it's a violation of the separation clause in the Constitution because the cop is in the executive branch and that summons should be signed by a supervisor in the judicial branch, like the prosecutor or the judge or somebody other than the cop. And they didn't want to hear it, so I dragged their butts over to federal court, and then I filed the restraining order to block the judge from making determinations. And then they still thought I was playing. So I filed a restraining order to block the police department from issuing tickets. From issuing tickets until they figured out how to do it within the Constitution. And then they still thought I was playing. So I filed a complaint with the department in the federal government to block the state from getting federal funds since they're violating my constitutional rights. That got some attention. Yeah. So let's just get back to the point here. When you file your lawsuit and your motion to recuse the judge, the new judge will be forced to step in to review your jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, and the fact that the attorneys failed to respond and they're in default, and the fact that the last judge ignored all this shit and got his ass sued and got recused from the case. And now the new judge is going to have to make a decision. He's going to have to decide if they're going to do the right thing or not. And the judge knows that if it's not, he can be sued for the same shit. We're keeping it simple. And in my sister's case, the judge didn't want anything to do with it. So he terminated the case. So I have added the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit and the magistrate judge reconsideration package to both the foreclosure defense lawsuit packages. And what I did was I just added them to the package as a zip file in the zip file, okay? Because that was the easiest way for me to do it because I don't have staff. Instead of having to go back and redo all of this stuff, I just added it as a zip file. So you're going to have to watch the video, the instructional videos for each of those packages before you use them, so you understand the concepts and the strategies behind using the documents. And one of the things I want to say to you guys too is a lot of people file the jurisdictional challenge with affidavit and they go sit the hell down. And I'm like, what the hell? They didn't watch the video. Okay. Because you don't want to go sit the hell down. You want to keep going. Once you get that filed, you want to go ahead and get your lawsuit filed either in federal court, or in this case, the new program is going to be to file that $75 lawsuit and stick it in the judge's face in state court. We're going to learn how to control this shit right in state court. And that's what we're doing now. So you must watch instructional videos for all of the packages to learn how to use them, to make sure that you're using them in the best way to help yourself move down the street so they can't smack you back in the face with your own stuff like you're doing them. Now, all the instructional videos are in the instructional video playlist, and they're posted on my YouTube channel. So you can just go to the top in the little search bar and search an instructional video playlist, and you'll pull up all of the videos in the playlist for all of the packages and things that we're doing. So, and I had some people get grumpy with me when things change. Okay. In this program, things are going to change. They're going to change because of the fraud and the bullshit that they're doing to us. Things are going to change. These changes are based off of real-time feedback from the 603 people, the 603 plus people in our Facebook group and/or that are using our products and services. So I get real-time feedback from people from all over, from California to Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Washington State. I have people all over the place, and that's how I learned this stuff. Most people would have no exposure to all of the things that I get to see because of the people that are in the program that have been working with me, that we've been using to get this thing under control. So if the video that you're watching, instructional video that you're watching, is showing something different than what's in the package that you got, then you need to understand that the video was old. It's an old video, and the package has been updated to increase the effectiveness of the package, because that's what we do. So if it's showing something in the package that you don't see, don't just call me up talking shit or being grumpy because you think you got the wrong package, or I'm trying to screw you over or whatever. I don't know. That's not the right way to go about it. Now, if you did get the wrong package, the best thing to do is to contact me through my email or send me a message and let me know, and then we'll figure it out. There ain't no need to be acting stupid, because I think we're either on the same team or you're not going to be here. So don't get yourself in trouble by being a hot shot, because I don't put up with that shit. Okay, I don't have time for that. I work hard what I do here. I'm very serious, and I have people tell me I need to calm down. Well, that's because I take it serious, and you're not listening to me. And I know what's going to happen. You're going to get kicked out of your house, and then you're going to be saying, "Oh, well, it didn't work." No, it didn't work because you didn't listen and do the right shit. That's the problem. So if I get a little maxed out, it's because I care, and I'm a coach. So I don't really have the emotions in what the attorneys are doing to you and all that stuff. My emotion is make sure you're doing the right shit to them. That's where I come in at. So you did not get the wrong package. Okay. So let's go on up. Let me check and see how many people we got here, and if anybody has anything that I need to. Hey, we got 8 people. Hey, guys. James. 2 eachers. Oh, okay. Tina from California. Welcome to the group, Tina. And you're working very hard to keep up. I know. I'm trying to be patient. Sometimes it seems like I'm not being patient. I'm not being angry with you. I just get frustrated sometimes because I got like 4 phone calls that I missed, and I'm wondering if those people are getting kicked out of their house. I don't know. We're figuring it out. Hey, Jason, welcome to the group, Jason. I know you're new in the group also, and you're from Georgia. Oh, man, they've been really naughty in Georgia. BX Trust, greetings. Thank you. You have my work, and I'm right on point. I didn't use my fancy StreamYard because I don't know. I think somehow YouTube lets more people know that I'm streaming when I just go here from YouTube as opposed to going through StreamYard. It seems like I get more people that come in and I can see everybody's name and stuff. On StreamYard, sometimes I can't see who's watching, and if you come from Facebook and I'm on StreamYard, you gotta click on the little thing or something to give them permission, or I don't, or it just shows as Facebook user, and I don't know what your name is. Hey, Nikki, I see you here too. Oh, somebody's texting me. I'm doing a live stream. Stop bothering me. Okay, I'm trying to do a live stream. But I got to check because I want to make sure it's not something important. Nope. My neighbor. Okay, let's get back to work. Crystal Rogers from California. Hey, Crystal. We got a couple of new people here tonight. BX Trust says, go after them like a beast. That's about the size of it. So LS Renoy says, can I please cover the referees who act as judges and sign out of court orders? So referees are the same as the master of equity. It sounds like you're talking from Georgia, LS Renault. And I have videos on my channel that are specific for Georgia and that mention the issue that's going on with the master of equity, because the master of equity is not a judge, and all that person is a bar member that was appointed by the court because they had too many foreclosures they're stealing, and they need a process to help them get away with that, and that's what that is. So we're going to just take a break from the action for a minute here, and I'm going to post a couple of things. This is the $75 lawsuit. I cannot believe that I have it for $75, but I do because I'm the boss and I can. And at the end of the day, my thinking is if I make these documents, affordable and half the people buy them that need them, I won't miss any meals. And I'll be helping a lot of people. And that was the reason for doing this business in the first place. You don't get into foreclosure defense for the money. No, you don't get in it for the money. But if you're smart and you got YouTube going on, then someday you can have YouTube pay you the $30,000 to $50,000 a month from the ads that they're posting on your site, and then I can give the people even a better deal. So make sure you subscribe, click the like button. Yep, I got 10 watchers and I only got 8 likes. So I'm going to go on strike until I get. Okay, no. I've been watching other people's videos, man, and they do the same thing. Wait. I don't have the likes, and the numbers watching are not matching up. Somebody didn't click that like button. We're going to figure out who it is, and we're going to send them to the bench. Okay, never mind. Every time I talk about the bench, somebody gets grumpy and starts yelling at me because they ain't never been on the team or yelled at or had the whistle blown in their face or kicked out of the game. Okay, no, I never been kicked out of the game. I never been kicked out of the game. I never been kicked out of any game. Let me think. Okay, no, I never been kicked out of any game. I've been sent to the bench a whole bunch of times in basketball, though. So there is a link to that $75 Judge Stomper that I put together. And I also want to give you guys a link to the lawsuit packages for both judicial and non-judicial. They're still on sale. So the sale's going to go off someday, but they're still on sale right now. So if you're thinking about doing this, you probably should get on the program before the sale is over. Because I don't listen to people when the sale's over and they missed it. You know, they playing that little violin. Okay, sorry. And we're going to leave one more for now. And then later on, I'm going to show you guys my eliminating property tax lawsuit package. And no, the attorneys are pissed about it. The attorneys in California are really mad about it. But you can see that's not an eye that really gives a crap. Okay, there's that. My eyeball looks really big, don't it? Okay, sorry. I'm getting carried away. Now, let's get back to work. So, the other subject we're going to talk about tonight, and I think this is probably one that a lot of people wanted to hear. Which set of rules are you following? There's all of these rules. The main rules that everyone should be followed in court are, or that everyone is supposed to be followed in court, are the federal rules of civil procedure. And I'm going to screen share and show you. This is what it looks like. You can just Google federal rules of civil procedure and you can pull it up. This is the guideline for all of the processes that are supposed to take place in court, out of court, that's pertaining to court, everything. As you can see, everything's here. Serving a summons, service process, constitutional challenge to the statutes, everything here. Now, I don't use all of these in my stuff because I have a trouble going down their path. But the reason I'm showing you this is because some of you who have no idea what the hell's going on should be looking at this to make sure that you're following the rules that you need to be following, to make sure they're following the rules they need to be following, and to make sure the judge is following the rules judge supposed to be following. Because what happens is the judge will tell you a bunch of shit, and then if you believe it, then the judge is going to tell you some more shit. Then if you believe that, then they're going to tell you some more shit. You see where I'm going with this, okay? What they do is they start out telling you a little shit, and then if you buy it and you run around like a crazy person trying to figure out what kind of shit they're telling you or what kind of shit it smells like, yeah, then they're going to add some more shit to it. And then basically what you're doing is you're getting the beat down by the judge while the attorney sit back over there and just chill. So when the judge says that the court don't have jurisdiction, federal court, I'm talking federal court now because this is kind of what I'm talking about now. When the federal court judge is trying to get out of accepting your document and they tell you that you failed to state a claim, or maybe the attorneys dismissed it or moved to dismiss because you failed to state a claim for relief under Rule 12B. That's one of the main reasons that they moved to dismiss. And I put together a couple of videos that you can find if you Google in the top of my YouTube channel, failure to state a claim, or how to state a claim or something, and you can pull up the videos. Now, if you purchase one of the lawsuit packages and you want to update the video you want to update the package, you can look up the video and learn how to do it and update the package before you file it if you have time. If you don't have time, just put it shit together and get it filed because they're going to pick at it anyway. And I wanted to tell you this, Nikki, too. They're going to pick at it. They're going to pick at your shit, and then they're going to come up with all the ways that you all the things you did wrong and move to dismiss. Now, with that said, you have an opportunity. You get one free opportunity to amend. So you want to amend all the things that they complained about. The only thing that they usually don't complain about that most people leave out is that one statement that you're supposed to put in there addressing their state of mind. That's important. If you don't get the statement in there to address their state of mind, then they're going to say you didn't state the case, even if you got all the other stuff. Now, the attorneys are going to tell you all of the other stuff that you didn't do right, and you can correct that. But if you don't add their state of mind issue in there, a statement referencing their state of mind, then you're going to be in trouble in the end. So you can, now, if you're in the online course, you don't have to worry about this, because in the online course, I put document together that you need. I changed it because the online course is a lot more expensive. So I wanted to make sure that there's more value in the online course. So the online course has a different lawsuit package documents, and it has a bunch of different stuff in it that's beefed up. So I went ahead and I took care of that problem. And all you have to do is copy and paste it from one page into your document, which is what you need to be able to show a claim, to show the stated claim for relief. So that's taken care of in the online course. But if you buy a lawsuit package, you need to do it yourself. And the reason that we put this together this way is because you have to learn how to do it. It's very easy though. Okay, it's very easy. Watch the video. You'll be saying, "Oh hell," and that's what I said. I avoided it for the longest time, mainly because I didn't want to follow their shit. But then it got to the point where this is the only thing that they can complain about. Well, we're just going to take care of that right away. So that's how we did that. So the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, you can see here all of the rules from form of pleadings. Oh, Rule 10, form of pleadings. That sounds kind of like what they were complaining about. Now, each state has a filing statute and filing requirement statute that mandates what that state is supposed to, what you're supposed to do is file in that state. I'm trying to understand, so why would the state need a filing requirement statute? It's supposed to be following Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. So we're getting a little bit away from the rules we're supposed to be following over here, it sounds like. So you can click on this and you can see that everything's here that you have to learn. And this is a lot easier than calling me. You'd be surprised at what you can find on Google. I have people call and ask me stuff, and I'm just going to tell you, hey, what did you get when you Googled it? I already know, because more than likely I've looked it up, because I've done this for a while. And some people get grumpy with me, and I don't really care. My thing is, I need to teach you how to do it. If I'm not teaching you how to take care of your own shit, then you're wasting your money. Okay? You're wasting your money. And I don't like people the way you invest in my shit, and I'm going to show you how to make some shit happen, because that's how I roll. This is my retirement program. And I ain't going, so we're stepping up every day. So you can see just about everything that you would have happened to you is mentioned in here, so to speak. They don't really talk about the beat down, but it's in here somewhere. It's just in different words. So people call and ask me, well, what do I do next? What's your, well, you should have figured that out before they responded. Okay, when you file your stuff, you should already be figuring out what your next plan of action is going to be. Especially if you file the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, because I'm telling you, they can't respond by counter affidavit. So if they can't respond by counter affidavit, it's a non-response. Okay. So when the judge and the attorney are whining about the rules, are they the rules that you must follow? Are they the rules that they're supposed to be following? Each state has a filing requirement statute. So why would they need a filing requirement statute if everybody's supposed to be following the the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure who have the requirement. Yeah. Yep. And if you look up your state filing requirement statute, you will find that it's very liberal. And what I would do is add it to the front of your document. Yep, I would add it right to the front of your document. Right underneath comes now somewhere near the top of all that BS. You want to have in there that this document has been structured in accordance with my state filing requirement that you can find at section 8, page 5, whatever. Okay, that lets them know that you're educated and you're not going to fall for their bullshit. That is the best way to curb all of that running around and bullshit that the clerk tries to make you go through. Now, there's also the following requirement must be in line with the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. So, right, if that's the case, then why would it be any different than the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure? So my question becomes now, what the hell are the court's local rules? Yep, the local rules. What the hell are the court's local rules? Are those the rules they're making you follow? Well, let me help you with that. The court's local rules are the rules they made up that are local for each court. They just made that shit up, and it's pretty much for attorneys to follow. And the reason for those rules, in my opinion, is to speed your shit up through court. And anytime your case is getting sped up through court, you're getting hosed. Okay, you're getting the shaft, plain and simple. The rules cut corners. Yep. And they also want you to fill out their forms. Their forms don't address shit that you need to be talking about in court. And that's what their forms were designed for. Their forms were designed for you to fill out without addressing the important things that you need to be on there, that you need to be addressing, so the judge can throw your shit out because you didn't address them. You think I'm kidding? Look at them. See for yourself. The local rules are designed to speed your case up through court and throw you under the bus. And those local rules are not in harmony with the Constitution. And so this is the problem that you have. The judge dismisses your stuff and tells you got to go jump through these hoops. And they bring up the jurisdiction issue. So I'm going to help you with that. In federal court, when you go to federal court and you file your stuff in federal court, and the federal court judge is trying to get out of accepting your shit, saying they don't have jurisdiction or whatever, you need to just tell them, nope, this court does have jurisdiction, and here's why. State court don't have jurisdiction to hear a foreclosure case because the plaintiff is the person who signed to initiate the foreclosure. That's the attorney. The attorney is considered a foreign agent. And if you think I'm kidding, look on if you're in a judicial foreclosure, check it. Check who signed the last page of it was signed by attorney. The lender ain't signed shit, and the lender never does. They done a charge off. They claim the shit on their taxes. They wrote it off their insurance, and that was it. Anybody that knows the GAAP accounting principles will understand that when you do a charge off, that's it. Now, you can pull it up online, and it'll say, oh, yeah, they can still come after you, and they can blah, blah, blah. Well, they're right online. They can still come after you, but it's not legal. It's bullshit. That's what it is. Once that debt has been charged off, it's done. And any collecting on that is illegal because the collector doesn't have any consideration in we won't even get into all that. That's a whole different program. So that whole process is unlawful. And people need to remember that. The local rules are designed to speed you up, and you don't have to follow them. If the judge is giving you a hard time and trying to dismiss your stuff out of federal court because they're saying lack of jurisdiction, you just tell them, look, it should have been filed. The attorney should have filed, the foreign agent should have filed the case in federal court in the first place, because a foreign agent cannot bring an action against a state citizen in state court. A state citizen can't bring action against another state citizen in another state right next door to the state that is in without going through federal court. You don't file this kind of shit in state court. But they get away with it all the time because nobody picked the loopholes part like I have. So, and that's the main thing. The other thing is that the judge in state court is being sued. You filed a lawsuit against the judge in state court. So now federal court is the only court that you have to go to. Or there's a court of claim. There's a couple other courts, but those are for other videos too. So we're just going to stick with this because we don't want to confuse everybody. Okay. You need to remember the attorneys are working with the judge. The judge is not going to be fair with you. So you need to jam judge up at the gate. What better plan than to sue them for the shit they did wrong, which is the same thing they're trying to sue you for, but you're trumping them because they can't prove what they're suing you for, and what they're suing you for is not a violation of federal law. Okay, let's get back to the window. Hey, Coach. Hey, Crystal. Welcome to the group. Their state of mind. Yeah, BX Trust, there's a state of mind clause that you have to have in your lawsuit. You know, you have to say that how it goes, something like they, without malice, intentionally was planning on screwing you over or something. I got it written in the document up the way they like to have it, but the state of mind lets them know that they were intentionally acting the way they were acting to throw you under the bus. And if you don't mention that state of mind statement in your lawsuit, then they're going to throw it out, and they're not going to tell you why. Because if they tell you why, you'll change it. They'll tell you all of the other stuff, but they don't mention that one thing. And the only reason I know that because, well, I had a lot of my shit thrown out. Easy with that now, easy. It was a while back. Plus, I help so many people. So helping all those people is what allowed me to come up with all this stuff. Because, you know, an average person that's helping people like what I do, I haven't seen anybody else that's helping people like I do. But I would say if there was someone else helping people like I do, they would be exposed to a lot of things that average person would not get to see because I'm helping people from all different states. And one of the things that people need to understand too is that that attorney is a foreign agent, and proof of that is the entry of appearance that's filed in the case. A foreign agent cannot file anything in court without first filing the entry of appearance or the notice of appearance. So when the new attorney comes on, you know, when you throw the shit in their face and they get another attorney, which is usually one of their bar members, then it's time to file your motion to strike the entry of appearance, because the attorney is a foreign agent and the shit should have been filed in federal court. I'm giving you guys the fire that you need. A lot of people don't take the time to write this shit down or are scared to use it. And oh, look, I have 18 people. I only got 11 thumbs up. I need some more thumbs up, guys. Give me a thumbs up, or I'm going to make everybody run tonight before practice is over. Okay, sorry. I had to do that too. So, not because I wasn't giving a thumbs up. So, what if you're suing the state court, making you the plaintiff? So, if you're suing the state court and that's making you the plaintiff, then that's fine. You still, you know, you'll have to file your lawsuit separate from theirs, but you can still use a jurisdictional challenge to stick in their lawsuit to screw it up. Or the change of venue motion is only like $50. And the change of venue motion is really badass. I put it together to jam up these people that were giving my sister a hard time. And I never got to use it. I was like, dang it. She was like, what? I was like, well, I wanted to use that. She's like, dude, I want it over. Anyway, I was having fun. So if you're in state court and you're the plaintiff, you still can file your challenge, your jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit in their state court bullshit, or you can file your motion for a change of venue in the interest of justice because they violated the Fair Debt Collection Act practice and all that stuff, and you can file that in state court as well. And well, Crystal, if they're ignoring you when you say they, you talking about the attorneys or the judge? Because I had another lady tell me that too. And here's the thing: I filed my stuff and they're ignoring me, but they're still going forward and trying to throw me out of my house. They're not ignoring you. The judge gave them a pass and dismissed your shit, or they agreed to let it set and then move on without the judge actually dismissing it and accepting liability, because the judge knows that most people aren't very smart and aren't going to figure out that he's allowing them to go anyway. They probably came up with that while they were playing golf or while they was having drinks. Yeah. So what do? Well, they're not going to move forward without the judge dismissing your shit. That's it. Okay. They're not going to move forward without the judge allowing them to. So you need to sue the judge. That's why we learn how to cut to the chase. We cut to the chase. Why wait until you're being violated before you sue the judge when you know exactly how this is going down anyway? What we're doing now is just doing it right out of the gate, filing that jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, and then following up with the lawsuit against the judge and see how they like that. And the problem with that is the judge can't dismiss the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, because not only did you sue the judge, you recused the damn judge's ass, and now a new judge has to come in. And like I said in the beginning of this, when the new judge comes in, the new judge got to make a decision. Do I want to step in this pile of shit or not? Because no matter how he moves his foot, he's going to get shit on himself. And then we're going to be going after him too. So that's the way we do it. So that's about all I have in store for you guys tonight. I appreciate the privilege of your time. And we'll be back on here on Saturday night. And I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. I got a couple of things, but I always say I'm going to talk about something and then something else comes up. So we'll just see how that works out, what we talk about. You guys need to be here to find out what we're going to talk about on Saturday night after 9. I guarantee you it'll be good. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. That helps YouTube algorithms show my stuff because they see people like it. And it helps them show my stuff to more people. So anybody that needs to know how to handle referees needs to go to my YouTube channel and look up the stuff for South Carolina. I think the Master of Equity, that's pretty much the same thing, I'm pretty sure. And Tina from California, one of the things that, okay, so you guys need to understand it's more important to get your shit filed than it is to spend too much time worrying about every tiny little thing, okay? Because in the end, it's not going to be about any of those tiny little things or the big things. If you do this right in the end, it's going to be about that I just posted, your freaking lawsuit. Okay, that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be about your lawsuit, because you're going to have to go after the judge. You're going to have to spank the judge for helping them. And when you do that, so you got to see what I'm saying. So, Tina, you should get your stuff filed and wait and see how they respond, if they respond. And that's when you'll make your changes on whatever you need to do. It's better to do that than to run around trying to worry about every little thing, and then you're not going to get it filed. And I've had people that do that. They don't get it filed because they're worried about having everything perfect. It don't have to be perfect. And the rules that we talked about, one of the things that I want to leave you guys with is which set of rules are the attorneys following? Does anybody know what set of rules the attorneys are following? I'm going to help you. They're not following none of the damn rules. just in case you hadn't figured that out yet. The attorneys aren't following none of the rules, and neither is the judge's ass. So, who's following and running around trying to follow all these different sets of rules? Your ass. That's it. The rest of them ain't following them rules. I know. It's not fair. Well, whoever said shit was going to be fair had no idea what the hell they're talking about. And I had someone mention to me today about their rights. And I'm like, dude, you have no damn rights. Okay. I'm just going to tell you right now, you have no rights. I don't care what color you are. You could be white as hell. You still ain't got no damn rights in foreclosure court because they're taking your shit if they can. Okay, guys, that's all I got for tonight. I will see you guys in the next video on Saturday. Don't be late. And then we're also going to have some kind of special deal on Saturday. I don't know what I'm going to put on special. We'll figure something out. I got a couple of days left to figure that out. So I will see you guys on the next video. Ciao.